Okay? Our opponent will stop at nothing. He feels his world caving in upon him. Okay? And so, you know, I want to make sure as far as the military, you know, he again cut and pasted. And we set the record straight. Go to our website and see my 67-second response. Okay, to the military. And my belief that our United States Armed Services should be the finest outfit of fighting men, women, that when we go, we bring it. That we have rules of engagement, okay, that ensures their safety, that ensures their success, and that ensures that they can rejoin their family in the shortest amount of time, because it's the separation from family. I think that is the costliest part of war. And so they do need help. I will tell you, in 2008, I had the privilege of serving as the chairman of the Military Affairs Committee in Panama City. And you know, we have Tyndall Air Force Base, which is the home of the 325th Training Wing and now Fighter Wing. We also have the home of the 1st Air Force, which is responsible for civil defense, air defense. It's responsible for our commitments through NORAD with Mexico and Canada. And we also have the home of NSAPC, where we have the Naval Surface Warfare Center, underwater mine detection, underwater salvage, as well as the dive school in Panama City. Every Navy SEAL is trained in Panama City. Okay, so I was engrossed for that entire year, and it was an incredible experience. And I believe that it prepared the way for me to serve in Congress and make sure that our men and women have every resource necessary to fulfill the clearly defined mission of going, winning, and coming home. Oh, start again, I'm sorry.
A couple of comments.
Yes, sir.
I went to a town hall meeting, supposedly, that was held by his friend Boyd. Okay? And
we're all getting it.
I jumped up and down all through the meeting waiting to ask a question. He purposely avoided me. So I will approach this question at this entire group. Now, he is kind of favorable toward agriculture. Now,
well, especially when it comes to subsidies, he is.
Yeah, farmers here, myself included, struggle to buy chicken feed.
Right.
But yet this guy takes home over $1 million in farm subsidies last year.
That's exactly right.
And let me say this. My promise to you in our race, okay, is that people talk about the negativity of races. Again, man, you ought to talk to my mom, my sister, and my wife. I mean, they can write a book on what they're seeing. Okay? If you have a little extra room on your prayer request sheet, put them on it. Okay? I can handle it. Put them on it. Okay? So, I will tell you, as far as the, we're going to hold him accountable to his votes. That's public record. It is incumbent for us to hold our elected officials accountable to their votes. I will debate Congressman Boyd on his vision of the future. I believe that his vision and that of Nancy Pelosi and Barack Obama is incredibly different than my vision and your vision of the future. Amen. I believe that you know best for you and your family, and they believe that central planners in a government 1,000 miles away know best. That's the difference between our tomorrows. And so we're going to hold him accountable to his vote. We're going to talk about the issues since he won't. And then we're going to talk about our family and the values by which my parents instilled into Tim and I and Suzanne and Shane that we have built our life upon. It is not values that claim that we're perfect, because we're not perfect. But we will tell you when we're wrong. We will be honest with you. We will create dialogue with you. We want a conversation. We want to be your representative, not just your congressman. And there's a difference. There's a difference. Yes, sir.
Okay, this will be the last question because I know people...
Okay, we're ready to go.
Steve, when we look at American history, it seems obvious that our founding fathers never intended for us to have career politicians. And we have some entrenched interest in Washington now? If elected, would you fight for term limits for Congress and Senate just like you asked for our president?
The question is regarding term limits. I've been asked that question every time I've come in this room. Okay? I'm sorry? Answer it? Is that what you said? I think I've answered it every time. Okay? And y'all come from Panama City, and I've answered the question every time. Okay? So, I've made it very clear. Okay? I have a problem with anything that subverts the reason that we are where we are today. I believe in personal responsibility. Okay? I know it's important, but I believe in personal responsibility. And that when we as a country have the type of government that we allow. Now, as far as term limits, okay, I personally am not in favor of those. I go to Tallahassee, and I'm telling you, Tallahassee ain't working better. It's not. I go over there every session, and I fight for business interests in my company. I fight for children, and I'm telling you, the people that want those most are the bureaucrats and the lobbyists, because you just gave them more power. They see the elected officials come and go, and the one thing that stays is the bureaucrats and the lobbyists. Now, I want y'all to decide, and I've said this every time. I want the people to decide. You choose what type of government you want. And so, I would like you to settle that. It would take a constitutional amendment, and I want you to decide. Okay? I do not believe that decision needs to be held in a constitutional convention. And the reason I don't is because I think there are opponents of mine who would love to do a lobotomy on the Constitution. So I'll never be in favor of that. Okay? I think I just answered your question. However, it's not just my government. It's not just my country. It's yours. And I want you to decide. I want you to decide. But as Haggai told Zerubbabel in the book of Haggai, 5 times in 38 verses, give careful thought to your ways. Give careful thought to your ways. In our family, my dad never whipped Tim for a mess I made. And he never whipped me for a mess he made. He always whipped us, though, for the messes that we made, if I made one. And he taught me personal responsibility. When you make a mess, you clean it up, and then you apologize to those you have harmed. America has made this mess. You and me have made this mess. We got the government we voted in, or we didn't vote while others did. And it is time to clean up our mess. And I'm not going to shift the responsibility that somebody else created this for us. We made this mess, and only we the people, can clean it up. Thank you.